And what's going on? It's your boy Gabe once again, and we have a recap from the Masterclass live stream, and you will see how we set the tone in which I went to make 13% today on my portfolio, which added up to about $51,000. Now, okay, you know what? No cap. I could take off my cap. My hair is fucked up right now. However, you will see with the trade designs and how I guide the community, how we are able to manipulate the markets and create high probability trades. And it's really not that difficult. In fact, if you want to follow along on your favorite charting tool or charting system platform broker, just add the 13 to 48 and the 24 EMAs. Also, make sure you have the MACD and the RSI. We do have a custom MACD setting. However, if you want our free charts, check it out at trade1348.com. If you would also like to test drive us for a month, use promo code GAINZ, GAINZ as in zebra, and you get your first month free, gets you into the platform, gives you access to our alerts, and also gives you a sneak peek as to what we do exclusively at Masterclass, where we help develop traders and take traders to the next level. Okay, so we're going to show you how this is done. Again, no cap. I'm not a YouTube guru. I'm an actual trader. I'm a trader first and a YouTuber second. Anyways, let's jump right into the video. Peace.
Drop it.
What's going on, people? How you guys doing? Okay, it's a wild morning, as we could see. Let's go ahead and look at the charts really quickly. Nvidia, moon. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at what happened yesterday. So I'm going to share with you guys from personal experience what happened to me. I was hoping for a break of the 432.39s. It did not happen, so I had to close my position. I do not hold overnight. Now, some would go ahead and speculate, hey, if you hold, maybe it'll go up. I don't live in that world. I close all my positions every single day. That is a rule, unless my thesis is based on a 4-hour or a daily time frame. My thesis was based on a 5-minute. Now, if I don't accustom myself to my rule of closing my position, right, it's going to make me extra eager to get into this. Now, mind you guys, I'm up at 4 in the morning. I could very easily go ahead, buy in, trade this, and take that $10 move. But that's FOMO, and that is not how we trade. So here we go. Before the market opens, I want to ask you guys a question, and then we'll do the roll call, and then we'll play the markets. But what is the opposite of safe? What is the antonym to safe? Someone let me know in the comment section. Of course, Taco Lori's just jumping in. Risky. All right. Risky, dangerous, not safe, risky, in danger, right? And okay, so danger, risk, dangerous, unsafe, risky. There you go, risky. All right. So when you think about the acronym to FOMO, it's fear. That is the first word there. And what is fear? Fear is derived from a sense of danger, uneasiness, riskiness, or the fear of, oh, this shouldn't be happening, right? So how do you manage that FOMO? You manage that FOMO by going ahead and saying, okay, let me go ahead, right, and control this fear. It's fear. So it makes it unsafe. I want to trade safely, right? So in wanting to trade safely, just building that habit of trading safe will keep you out of moments where you feel that sense of urgency and that FOMO. And what's really happening is you're exchanging that fear for a happy end result. I'm sorry, right? If I'm in a dangerous situation, right, fear, There's no correlation to a happy end result. If it's fear, it's a fight or flight, right? And so it's really amazing to me how traders will go ahead and take that fear and then just correlate this to a happy ending moment. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen, right? So always consider the alternative. When you're feeling the FOMO and the fear of missing out, you always have to ask yourself this honestly: am I trading safely? Okay? Because just because everyone else jumps off a bridge doesn't mean you have to too. And of course, yeah, the stock market is a popularity contest, but I like for everyone to go ahead and submit their votes so then I could go ahead and short it. So FOMO made me a rule-breaking fool yesterday, as it will, and as it should. Okay, let's get into Nvidia here. Market is open. Ding, ding, ding. We have on the 5-minute, we have all-time highs. We also see momentum, bearish momentum, which you could see right here, right? Moving sideways. It just got over the 24. Looks to be rather bullish. Now, we could just jump in this and say, okay, well, it's the fear of missing out. But by having a trade design, it will prevent this. So what we have is this level here at 434, and then you got the 436 as a high. I should have had this design already drawn out, would have made me money. Well, we could go ahead and still draw this out at a ladder point and possibly to the downside. Okay, so let's let the market choose its direction. You play the correction and or you jump on the bandwagon, right? But you have to allow momentum to show itself and to prove itself. So, you go ahead and let's say you're a kid and then, there's a ride that you're absolutely terrified of, right? And your parents are like, hey, let's jump on this ride. And you're like, no, I'm scared, right? Your parents have to, they now have the responsibility of gradually assuring your safety, right? Well, that's the same thing with trading stocks. You have to allow momentum to gradually assure that there's safety in this move. And that only happens with time. It's really amazing how a 5-year-old can go ahead and draw those correlations, to, oh, this is safe. And again, through just examples set by the parents, oh, this is safe. I have nothing to be afraid of. But of course, that requires work on the end, and that would qualify you as a better parent. By the way, happy Father's Day this weekend to all the dads out there who are doing the damn thing and turning men into boys, not little pussies. Okay, so let's get into this trade design because it's done enough to prove to me that this, in fact, is the trend. So we have this level here that we are respecting, okay? And we're going to go ahead and see if it's going to prove it out, okay? We're going to see if it's going to prove it out and say, all right, it's going to maintain its bullishness. Now, by virtue of being patient, we have some indications here that this design is not ready. Why? RSI just broke below its moving average, and it is now trading below 50. This wasn't a good trade. You also see thigh gap indication here, showing a loss of strength and a possible reversal. And then you got your first red print, or fluctuating print here with the Heikin-Ashi on the parabolic SAR. So what we have to do is wait for confluence with all the indicators, ideally with RSI coming back above its moving average and the thigh gap indication removing itself or printing a deep blue once again, okay? This is not an area that I'm interested in because there lacks agreement. Make sense? So this is what's going to keep me from FOMOing. Let's go into the psychology of FOMOing one more time, because sometimes your emotions catalyze your logic and your logic begins to go ahead and negotiate with a potential reality. And then when you go ahead and say, oh, well, I thought, the real question is, did you think or were you prompted by an emotion which then trumped your logic? And then your logic attempted to create the bias that shaped your reality. This is why I wait for the proof in the pudding, and this is why we use the indicators and we design our trades to keep us absolutely disciplined, because now the chart trumps emotion, logic, and it just keeps me in a safe space, okay? Remember, I tell you guys, trade the market according to your plan. Do not trade according to the market's plan. So now what I want to do, and you could see, you have a potential crossover of the MACD, but this might happen at a later point in time, and or might happen from the 48 if it bounces, or from the 200. Right now, we're showing weakness to the downside. So this gives us an opportunity to apply what we're seeing on the chart and say, okay, I'm going to go short here. And I'm going to place my risk here, right at this level. And I can realistically assume that we can play it down to the 200 EMA. This is the chart trumping emotions and logic and bias. And this is something that most novice traders and half of Twitter doesn't seem to agree with. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to pan out. We can then go ahead, go to the 1 minute to find out really what's happening on the 1 minute. And on the 1 minute, you could see you're starting to get that green print on the histogram. You got RSI attempting to break, and you have thigh gap saying weakness, parabolic SAR. You see that Heikin-Ashi candle getting thinner. So the 1 minute saying like, hey, this might be a level. That is your price sensitivity. This is why we use the 1 minute to better understand possible entries. However, the 5 minute is the larger trend. It is also the governing trend. Now what we have here is a traffic light on the 3 minute that is supporting the thesis of it coming on down, right? You see that there? Okay, so we're literally gonna go ahead and wait this out. I like the entry here, so what I'm going to do is pull up Nvidia, and I'm going to play Nvidia down. So let's go ahead and see what Nvidia has for us. Now I'm looking at puts. Puts are where I want to be. And let's see, we have 429 in this area. This level here is 429.33. I think I want to go ahead and try my hand on that, right? Again, I have solid risk to reward here. As you can see, 3.45. I am a little late to this party, but I'll go ahead and see what we can do here, okay? So we are in Nvidia puts. Obviously, this trade design as a stand, still paying. And the thing is that I am prepared for this trade to go against me if it comes to this level here. All right, so we got the reversal signal still printing here. We got the Heikin-Ashi candle still printing here. It's a matter of being patient here. For the record, I entered with a 2.5% entry, and that's the reason why I'm doing that right now is in case I get this wrong and she decides to change momentum, I can then correct for my losses by going long and playing this trade design. But as it stands, it's doing all right here on the 5 minutes. So we have a winning trade design. If you guys entered at the break here, you are currently up and you are printing. Let's go ahead and see what's happening on the 3. And on the 3, we got a put signal that just printed on the 3, and it's making its way for the 200 EMA. Let's look at the 1. Now the 1 is selling off. RSI, again, below 50, which is confirming that we are in a downtrend, right? Just understand that. This is one of the, I guess, most misunderstood components of the relative strength index is that most people just look at it as like it's overbought over 70, it's oversold at 30. But when you're below 50, that confirms the downtrend. And now we have confluence on the 1 minute with all of the indicators here, right? And of course, the 1 minute is noisy, can definitely bounce against you at any given time. But here we are on the 5 minute just hanging out, okay? So this is a winning trade design. As it stands, it looks like we're getting another red candle print, a green. Oh, so let's see what's going on the 1 minute just to understand this better. All right, want to understand this better. Huh, I could go ahead and pay very close attention to the RSI on the 1 minute. The RSI breaking its moving average and 50, just so happens to be the moving average and 50 are in the same area here. So I am paying attention to this. I'm going to go to the 5, and this is definitely paying out. So, all right, congratulations to those who entered in on this trade. Obviously paying out for you. You're in a profitable region here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happened with the SPY. Actually, before we go ahead and check out what's happening with the SPY, let's go ahead and see what is up with Invictus. Invictus has been on a tear. Let's see its previous performance yesterday, 66%. That's still better than the average trader's win percentage. Previous day, 83%, very good. 77%, incredible. 86%, right? And then we don't have data before that. So let's get back to today, and let's see if we're going to get some more alerts. And of course we do. We have BABA, we have GME, and we have Affirm, all at 9:35. Okay, let's get back to the charts here. Already 1 for 1. Let's see what's happening with Nvidia. Let's see if we can find a phantom. Well, we do have a level right here on the 5, and it's definitely respecting that. So just by having that awareness with that level, I'm going to be cautious, right? Let's see if we get another approach, and let's see if this is quite possibly the bounce. We don't know. Let's go ahead and look at the 3 minute. You could see the bounce right there on the 3 minute. Let's look at the one bouncing. So now we're looking at the 1. And so in order to say, okay, well, it's going to continue trending down, you need to see that rejection off the 13, which we're seeing. So cool. We're on the 5. It's definitely approaching that level. Let's give it a little bit of time as we're getting some indication here via this diamond from our Invictus assistant that momentum is to the downside. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good, right? Looking pretty good. Do not be afraid to secure the bag if you get a sense of fear, right? Remember, we just used the analogy that it's your parents' responsibility to provide comfort, you know, whether it's an activity like riding a bike or maybe, you know, karate for the first time. It's the parents' responsibility to provide that comfort, and they do so in steps. So if you have that sense of fear, respect it and or allow the chart the opportunity to show you, you know, like, hey, it's safe. And that's why I love the 5 minute, because it does that for me. Now I'm going to exit this position. I just took a screenshot. I'm going to exit the position, currently up 11%, and I'm just going to get out. I don't need my first trade to be a home run. Actually, I don't need any of my trades to be home runs, okay? So I'm going to get out of this trade. I'm going to secure this bag, and there we go. Done. Secured the trade. So that's trade number 1. How you guys liking this stream? Let's go ahead and find some other plays. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a trade design to the upside, okay, let's go ahead and design this really quickly before we go ahead and look at other stocks. So we can go ahead and delete these lines here, and let's design it to the upside. Now we have this level here. That level is printing at or about 426.50. Let's just say that, right? Okay, so what we want to see is sensitivity at the 200, and then maybe we can play it to the top of the EMAs. Now, how do we find the sensitivity? You're going to find the sensitivity on the 1 minute, okay? So the 1 minute, as we're looking through the indicators, we could see almost immediately, oh, we're oversold, but it's pitching towards its moving average, right? Pitching towards its moving average. Let's see if it sells off a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take that 200 and just draw it right here. Now we got a put signal on the 5. That's fine, okay? What we're seeing here on the 1 minute is this is the 200, and we want to see if there's any sensitivity or any possible reason that we should suspect a bounce. Now, one of the first things I look for on the 1 minute, that would give me a clue of a bounce is, again, RSI bouncing off of oversold territory. Now I need confluence, but where does that confluence come from? It's too early in the game. And this is why we go to the 5 and see if there's any thigh gap indication with a finger, see if there's any green Heikin-Ashi print, and also to see if we get a bounce off the 5 as well. Again, it's oversold on the 1 and it's oversold on the 5. Its moving average is trending down, as we should expect, but now it really is telling us like, hey, it sold off a bit. Now there's two ways to play this, right? Now, if you're bearish, you're going to go ahead and trade design and you're going to trade it down to a pre-market level. If you're bullish, you're going to wait it out and look for consolidation. There's no reason to rush and fear of missing out on money and allowing yourself to cloud your judgment based on an emotion and based on irrational logic, which then influences your decision making. And then you're just like, oh, fuck, right? Now, I love this because let's zoom out. And what I want to do is I want to find, and there's another level right there. Sometimes you got to scan for it, right? And so although we broke the 200, there goes another level that we found that happened beforehand. Now, FOMO would be like, it broke through. I'm going to full port. I'm going. I'm going to take my money. I'm going to make 30% on this. I'm going to make $5,000 on this trade because I full ported. And that is irrational, right? What's logical is that this move can go either way. What's irrational is front running. And this highlights why you should not front run and you allow the play to develop. And this is why I trade with such calm, right? There's no fear in my trade. There's a lot of calm in my trade. And the reason why I definitely value calm more than excitement, because excitement just sort of kind of exposes you to a lot of feelings, emotions, fear of missing out, money. No, I'm a boring trader, okay? So in as much as I'm understanding the trade, I'm also making sure that I'm in control of my emotions every step of the way. So here, let's go ahead and do this play to the upside. Now we have to look at the 3. The 3 is showing us a thinned out Heikin-Ashi here, RSI bouncing. The 1 already printed us a parabolic SAR. So now let's jump on a 5 and let's go bull, right? Again, allowing the trade to develop. My, oh my, I love living on a 5 because it just gives me that extra sense of comfort, right? So I'm going to go ahead and try to get the best deal at this. I'm seeing this really fluctuate. I don't want it to get away from me. And so now we are in Nvidia call side. And let's see. Type inks to trade design. That is the purpose of the trade design. So let's wait for this trade to develop. Okay. So we're in green territory. You know what? It just dawned on me. All right, I fucked up. Sorry. I'll let you know why I fucked up. Because I should have done this level for the risk to reward. We're going to bring it up to this level. And that should have been the trade design. That was a horrible 1.19 risk to reward. So I'm not going to allow myself to come all the way down here, right? I tightened up my risk. So now we have it at 1.77. Okay. Let's just see how this play pans out. As it stands, I'm doing fairly well, and we're just chilling right now. Okay, this trade now getting me up 5%, 6%. You guys know my target's usually 7%, right? 9%. We're just hanging out here. So what's happening here is on the 5, you're seeing RSI pivoting up, showing strength. It wants to recapture 50. The thigh gap indication just printed here, showing some weakness. It's flickering, right? But it's showing some weakness. Let's go to the 3 and see if, okay, so now the 3 is saying definitely weakness on bearish momentum. RSI coming up to its moving average. Thigh gap here. First print of a green Heikinashi. We're doing wonders here in this trade zone. Currently up 14%. Looks like it wants to come to the top of the trade. Now, what I'm going to do, I always say this, if the trade is giving me more than I expect, I simply get out, right? And I'm fairly confident in this trade because we do have a high of 436.55. So let's go ahead and see what happens here, okay? And there we go, moving on up. So I'm going to exit this trade. I don't like that put signal, so I'm just going to exit it, right? I'm going to take it, let's see what we have, and exited that trade, right? Ended up taking that trade exit at 7% actually, so I'm out of that trade. Now my port's up 0.75% or something like that. No, wait, what is it up? Oh, sorry. All right, no, it's 0.42. Cool. My target is 1%, right? And of course, if the day gives me more than I deserve, I call that a win, but my target on a daily basis is 1%. So this trade design, I'm just gonna leave that up for you guys. Let's see if we could find another play. Just gave you guys 2 trades in a masterclass that both printed. Let's go ahead and see what else we have. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh Invictus just to see if we get any new alerts coming on in. And we got Netflix down in GME. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that out. Let's take a look at Netflix. Okay, so this already happened. It happened at 9:35. That was your alert, and it printed Invictus for the win. Let's go ahead and look at GME, and let's see what Invictus alerted GME to the downside at 9:45. Right here. So you would have played the retracement, and then would have come on down. Actually, Netflix, I actually had the wrong timestamp on this one, right? So let's see, 9:45, right here, boom, breaks to 200. Yeah, profitable play. Way to go, Invictus. Dope. Let's see. Let's check out the SPY. Now, the SPY has been ripping faces off, but the SPY is also coming down to its 200. And we also see, once again, RSI attempting to show strength here, although we don't have confluence with all the indicators. We're showing red here on the MACD. Now, what we're going to do is go to the 3-minute and see what the 3-minute is telling us. And the 3-minute is also in agreement with the 5. So let's go to the 1-minute and see what the 1-minute is telling us. And the 1-minute is telling us like, hey, this could possibly bounce from this region. But in order for me to believe in the 1-minute, because it is a shorter time frame, I'm going to set my design here. So if it takes 5 candles for me to set this design, it takes 5 candles for me to see this design out. So now we have this trade design. I'm going to go ahead and mark the 200 right there, and then we're going to look at it on the 5. So this is the only time I'm going to enter this trade to the upside is if we go ahead and break this level at 441.72. What this does for me is it allows the trade to remove any fear of, oh, I might lose money here, okay? Let's see. So let's let this trade develop and slow and steady. Algo gives me a chance to catch up. Well, you're red. I'm already green, bro. There's nothing for me to catch up to today. I'm green. Go me, go me. I'm green. I'm green. All right. Now what I want you guys to do, is fuck around and find out Friday, right? So what I want you guys to do is just shoot some tickers out there. Let's go ahead and do some trade designs on your tickers. I know you guys watch me to watch me trade. I am content with my trade design, so I'm not going to front run the SPY, although I will be playing SPX when the SPY comes up to my design. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Nvidia. And there you go. Nvidia, look at you go. That trade design's fucking epic. Good shit, Nvidia. Let me see. Sorry, I'm being silent here, guys. All right. And there she runs. Now you got your call signal. Trade designs for the win. Sorry for the silence there, guys. I was just responding to something. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY because I need to know when it's time for me to enter. And it's not. It's not time for me to enter, so I'm not going to rush to trade. I am not rushing to trade. You know, a lot of beginning investors would go ahead and say like, oh, it's going to bounce off the 200. I'm going to enter now. FOMO! Yellow! You only live once! And then the thing just turns on them and they're just like, oh my God. Now I have to pawn my wife. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and check out Apple. Wait, first up was, I'm going to go in order. So James said Amazon. So let's look at Amazon, and then we will go through the other tickers you guys suggested. So we have Amazon here. Amazon severely oversold at this point on the 5 minute. I want to go ahead and see what's happening on the 3. The 3 is showing lost momentum here. And RSI again, very much oversold. Let's see what's happening here on the 1. And then the 1 is saying like, all right, it's the bears, you've had your way. So let's go to the 5 here. We have these levels. I'm going to go ahead and say, because it is the 5, was trading at 125.89, it could almost do this. I'm going to take it right to the 200. I'm going to establish my risk right here. That's a 1.59 risk to reward. So you break this level here at about 120.2611 right here. You break that level, you play it right up to the 200. That's the trade design for Amazon. Moving along, let's go ahead and catch up. Let's see, there's Tesla. Let me check out Tesla, and then we'll do Apple. Oh my, Tesla. Whew. Okay. Tesla ripping faces. Tesla is ripping faces. I don't like it. I don't like it. Excuse me. So we do have the level there with Tesla. Looks like day highs. We also have a level right here. So it's getting very, very close to this level. What I'm going to be looking for is a rejection here and or break above the level so I can create a trade design. As it stands right now, I'm not really interested in chasing into Tesla. However, if you got into Tesla at market open because you used a traffic light to guide your momentum and you ran with it, or if you took the bounce off the 48, congratulations, right? I mean, thigh gap told you, RSI just bouncing off of 50 back over its moving average told you, and parabolic SAR was giving you the green light here. You had a little red Heikenhashi candle and then boom, back to green. So the indicators fed you this play already. So I'm not going to go ahead and trade design a trade that's looks like it's already matured, okay? Let's go ahead and look at Apple, right? Let's look at Apple. Oh, and did SPY just break? Okay, so now you're doing Apple. Apple, same thing. We're going to go ahead, go long at the break of the 200. Let's see if we have a level there. I'm going to take it to this level. I'm going to assume day lows as my risk. That's 1.4. That's not good enough. We're going to have to go tighter than this. And I'm going to go 1.97 there. That is your Apple trade. Now going to the SPY. SPY is fucking around here. It wants to go ahead and break that level. Again, wait for it to mature. Rules are rules. Yeah, I know you guys are like, SPY, but rules are rules. Again, we talk about emotions like, oh my God, it's happening. And it's like, chill, bruh, chill. All right, now this is where it looks like it's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and go into SPX. I just like the way SPX just pays. It's expensive as fuck, but hey, it pays. These SPX calls, oh, you gotta be shitting me. The spreads are garbage on this one. Wow. The SPX, the spreads are what? I want you guys to take a look at SPX really quick and look at the options chain. These spreads are damn near 400% apart. The options chain is jacked on SPX. Let's go ahead and look at SPY. Go to the options on the SPY. Okay, much tighter. Guess I'm going to have to go ahead and play SPY here. Yeah, those spreads on SPX were just like, holy fuck. Oh, man. Did you guys witness that? Those spreads were horrible. All right, there goes your trade design with SPY here. It's trying to make that move, and I'm fairly confident in it. Ah, there you go. Let's go. Way to go. Ah. There goes your doom. Oh, no. All right, so consolidation is what I want to see. The AMSPX, you know what? Thank you for pointing that out. Fuck. Let me. See, sometimes I can't multitask. Sometimes I just really can't multitask. Thank you for pointing that out. Had an aha moment for me. Yeah, we're not doing AM. I don't do AM. No way. Okay. Yeah, that's more like it. So, man, the premiums are jacked too, though. Like, oh, they're expensive as fuck. Oh, well. The 4435s on the SPX, they're going for about $1,000 a contract. Interesting. All right, so we got non-negotiable here if it breaks out of this trade zone, right? Because that is also a level that we're using. So it's non-negotiable. It's basically this level here. So it breaks that non-negotiable. I'm out. Now, I'm looking. Don't get ahead of me here. I'm trying to get a decent entry. All right. And let's let the trade develop. Daniel Mitch, good call on a Tesla rejection. I trim my swing trade at 20%. Dope. That's what I like to see. Okay, so now we're looking at the SPY here. Again, this break here, non-negotiable. So that's about a 30-cent move. Let's go ahead and look at it on the one. And the one is barely doing it. The one is just not really giving me the information I want to see. The one's literally telling me like, hey, this is some consolidation, but let's go to the 5 and let's just live on a 5. I like what I see on the 5. We're here to make money. There you go. Come on. Just a nice boom, boom. Just rip real quick. I'll take my money. Get the hell out. So we'll just keep an eye on the SPY. Nothing too crazy here. Get a nice move to pre-market high there. That'd be great. That would be great. And okay, so I'm actually very content with my SPY play. As it stands right now, my SPY play is 10%. I'll screen that. And I'm going to close that position. I just don't want to be overextended in both the SPY and SPX. Again, I got into the SPX after I realized that I was looking at morning contracts. So let me just go ahead and close this and profit, and then I'm going to get out. I just don't want double exposure. There's really no reason for me to have double exposure. Okay, so as it stands, you guys are watching me trade. You guys are seeing me do this day in and day out. Can you guys see that percentage there? Can you see that? I don't know. Can you guys see that? Currently up 2.33% for the day. I could potentially be done. I do this every day. And you guys will see me do it with calm, composure, and I remove any sense of emotion, logic, excitement, and I just do what the chart tells me to do. Non-negotiable, okay? So what I'm going to do here, I am also up 21% on my SPX. Everything looks like it's going my way and in my favor. Ben, you got no more dry powder? Okay, Ben, we're going to have a conversation. Why don't you have any more dry powder, Ben? How much were you allocating to a trade? Or were you utilizing dry powder from a trade that you were holding as a swing? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here. But why did you run out of dry powder? All right, you traded more than the design. So if you're doing a 10% allocation, you already took 10 trades by 10:45 in the morning? Okay. So pretty much everything else is tied up by a swing. Is that what you're saying, Ben? I just want to make sure, that people aren't going willy-nilly, especially with me being on the stream, just because you feel the confidence of like, oh, Gabe is creating these designs. I'm going to go ahead and use a larger allocation. I don't want that on my streams, all right? So I'm just making sure that that is not what's happening. But good shit. Good stuff. You're up. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So, Amazon paying. Let's go ahead and look at Amazon. Get this ticker up. And there you go. Trade design for the win. Trade design for the win. Now, what do we see here? We see confluence in the indications, right? We saw that this bear trend just literally got weak and it's sort of kind of like just gave up, right? And then you got RSI coming up into his moving average and looks like it's making its way to 50. Now, what I want you guys to do is consider this. You do have a level here. So this could be a scale out point. Please consider that this in fact could be a scale out point. Okay. And let's see, let the trade develop. The wick nearly came up to the very top of the trade design. So yeah, that's That's a winning trade. So now SPY dying. Let's take a look at SPY. I wouldn't call the SPY dying here. I would say it's trying to find its footing here. It's trying to find its footing in this area. It's consolidating. It's trying to find its footing. Do I trust it? On the 5-minute, our assistant here is saying no. Our assistant here is saying, hey, we might be bearish. I'm just going to be guided by, I'm looking at the Heikinashi candles, right? When you guys see like this noise happening on the candles, please look at the Heikinashi. Heikinashi smooths things out, right? And then pay attention to RSI. So RSI came up to 50 and got rejected. That's what happened. So are the buyers going to step in? That's the question. This is what we need to find out. Are the buyers going to step in before we break out of this zone? Let's go to the 1 minute, understand what's happening on the 1 minute. And on the 1 minute, you could see we're losing some momentum here. So we do have disagreement between the time intervals. We got a put signal that just printed here. Something tells me this will be a consolidating area. Definitely respecting this level possibly at 440.77. The trade design was in fact working until it no longer worked, and maybe we were a little too aggressive with that trade design. But either way, even if we brought her up here, that was the high at 442.18. Let's see what this would have been. So there's a 1.2. No, that's no good. Let's get it up to the top of this candle. So instead of like playing it all the way up to the highs, let's just say we're going to play it to this candle here at 442.67. Okay. It could very well also be premium burn. And you know the expectation was it was going to bounce off the 200. Everyone went call side and securing profit. That's fine. That happens, right? We're good. Just live on a 5, stay calm. It breaks this, non-negotiable, get out. Really simple, okay? I'm not going to let this candle scare me, if you will. And even if you get a break and I lose this trade, it doesn't scare me, okay? So now we got, we're hanging out here. We're hanging out on the bottom end of the trade. We still have 3 minutes and 35 seconds to live inside this candle. So I'm going to keep an eye on this counter, and you could get a nice boom boom here. You can get a nice boom boom, right? I'm liking it so far. I'm just going to chill here. Would I feel comfortable re-entering? No. I never exited. I exit out of my SPY, but I'm just going to hold on to my SPXs here. I'm just being comfortable. I'm just, guys, you know, like, doom, oh no, close position. Oh, it's the end of the world. I don't want to lose money. It just, come on, all right? Abide by your rules. That's it. Keep it calm. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at
Nvidia.
Speaking of Nvidia, oh, yeah, there you go. Congratulations. It paid beautifully. Oh, boy. Okay. I could do this all day. I do this all day, every day. All right. Let's go ahead. Take a look at Tesla. Here we go. So Tesla seems to be just hanging out around here at these levels. Look at that. Interesting here. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the SPY. I'm just going to hang out with the SPY. Let's just see what happens. I'm literally waiting for momentum to grab the SPY. I feel like once momentum truly grabs it, she's really going to make her move. As it stands right now, it's just a lot of consolidation, right? So we're going to drag this out. We're going to see. Let's see. What else? Apple's struggling to get over the 200. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple once again. Apple finally broke through. Give the trade opportunity to develop. That's all I got to say, guys. Let it develop. What else do we have? What else is going on? Let's go ahead and check out. Ooh. Okay, we got Dash, Carvana. Ooh, Carvana. Who's playing Carvana? Ford down. Dash down. Let's take a look at Ford. This looks like a whole lot of consolidation to me. And I think we're seeing that market wide. Okay. All right. Let me have that conversation with you, Gio. 1 second. Baba, we'll get into Baba really quick, but let's go ahead and look at the SPY. The indicators. So Gio actually brings up a good question. Aren't the indicators telling you it's coming down? Hey, you know, the indicators are telling me it's coming down, but when you're looking at the price action here, you could see how thigh gap is really, really flat. You could also see how parabolic SAR is really, really flat, even with the Heikin-Ashi candles. And the MACD is also above neutral here, 0.00, the MACD, right? So this isn't a true bearish, okay? This is not true bearish. It's still above 0.00. And there goes the lady here, Diana, up 8.1%. Congratulations. So I'm looking at all things and I'm like, okay, well, you got RSI is just flat and trying to pivot up. You got the MACD and the signal line still above neutral, right? So again, it's about allowing the trade to design. With enough repetition, you'll be able to identify that what this is signaling is a sideways action, right? So we just chill, right? I'm just chilling. Now, what makes this a true bearish momentum is this. I'll show you guys. True bearish is this, right? You guys can see MACD still above neutral. So is the signal. Then you got consolidation here. This is the SPY. This is before Powell. And then you go ahead and you break neutral. You go negative here. And then you start printing deeper red on the histogram with larger bars. That is a true bearish move. Okay. As it stands right now, I'm just chilling here. I don't see a true bear. So I'm staying in my trade. Now, if we get a cross with the MACD and the signal line above neutral and we're printing green on the histogram, this cross being above neutral makes it a true bull, okay? Makes it a true bull. So let's just go ahead and see how this trade is going to pan out. Just trading with confidence here and just hanging out. Trading doesn't have to be exciting, doesn't have to be intense. Now, if you're trading futures, you're constantly moving. You're constantly, raising your stop. You're constantly, like raising your take profit. You're constantly making those moves. You're constantly making those Spitfire decisions. But we're just trading stocks and options here, so it's calm. All right, now let's go ahead and check out BABA. Sorry, I got caught up in teaching. Oh, Alibaba. Can someone go ahead and remind STV that BABA just died on itself? And because he loves playing BABA. Someone go ahead and let him know. I just need to keep an eye on this trade design. It looks like, do we have a level here? Wait, I need to understand why this is wicking right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to let's see if I can see that level on the 3. There's a level right there. That makes a whole lot of sense right there. I need to see a break of this level. You got your traffic light and your call here on the 3. Dope. That's what I need to see. But there is, in fact, a level that printed on the 3 here. I was wondering why we were seeing some sensitivity here. You see, you got the wick. It wicked through, and then it just sort of kind of said, no, I don't like it. And then now it's doing it again. It did it again. Fuck. Jeez. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at this on the 1 minute. Let's see what's really happening. There you go. Definitely respecting this level on the 1 minute. And so on the 1 minute, what we're seeing, this is not a true bull because the MACD and the signal line has not crossed above neutral. So because we have those disagreements and no true confluence throughout the time intervals, it's like, okay, yeah, it's going to consolidate for a while. I'm okay with it. Let's see if it truly builds up momentum on the 5 to break through this level. That's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that momentum. Let's see. Invictus called BABA. Sure did. If I'm doing 0-day, I will not share that bit of information to you. I can't. The reason why I can't do that is because this is not follow me trading. In fact, I think I need to put that up there. Yeah, there you go. It's not follow me trading. So I can't really share that with you. But you guys can, in fact, trade and come to your own terms and your decisions when you're gonna, what strike you're taking and what expiration you're taking. I would advise that if you have a small port and or if you haven't fully subscribed to the system, to go ahead and give yourself more time. Okay, that's what I would advise. Let's see, Uber Invictus called up. Let's go ahead and check that out. We got Uber up. Let's check out Uber. Thank you for the assist, Algo. It is at a level. It is at a level. So what I'm seeing here is you could get that cross of the MACD, but then RSI is pivoting down. This is a trade where you're either going to see consolidate or reject. Let's go to the 1 minute, really understand. It pretty much made its run. I'm not really interested in Invictus to the upside. It's pretty much made its run, okay? So we're back here in a SPY, and we're coming back to a very familiar place. Now the question is she going to break? That's the $1 million question. Is she going to break? We're just waiting patiently for this to happen. There she goes. Patience pays. And she's going. She's really, really trying to get to the top of the trade design there. We have the momentum indicators, parabolic SAR, just went ahead and printed green here. We have blue thigh gap there. We have RSI above its moving average and above 50. We have MACD potentially crossing, proving out that this was a fake bear. And she's just going. And in this example, that was 30%. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and close my position. It gave me more than I deserve. I could always look for another entry at another point. Order filled. Done. And because of that, again, guys, I do this every single day. Now we're up to 4% on a day, if you guys can see that. So now what this is going to do, and I got out right on time. So up 4% on a day. Cool. So the trade design paid. Can she keep it moving? Yeah. Did I want to absorb that, especially being in SPX? Hell no. No way. I did not. Okay. So now we go ahead and we're looking for the next trade design. That's it. So, yeah, it was an interesting hour of trading, and we've had some fun here. Let's go ahead and see if we can do one more, and then I'm done. And happy Friday, motherfuckers. You just made money. Okay, let's go and check out Nvidia. Salazar says Apple paid, about to make a new trade design. Let's check out on Apple. There you go. You got to the top of the box. I hope you guys see the value in these streams. We don't call this Masterclass for nothing. Why are you sad he didn't hold Nvidia, man? It just wasn't for you. Move along. All right, let's have this conversation, right? So let's go ahead and look at Nvidia real quick. I'm going to have this conversation with you, Ben. I'm going to beat you up a little bit. Okay. So the beauty about the stock market, all right, H. Houston, 1.5%, you're done for the day. Profit is profit, homie. Absolutely, right? See, the beauty about the stock market is that if it ran and you missed a part of the move, all you have to do is wait for a retracement and then plan out another trade design that allows you to make money. See, remember, we used the analogy yesterday that if people treat the stock market like it's a buffet. It's all you can eat. Everybody just wants to stuff their face at once. And that is not what pro traders do. It really isn't. And you don't have to beat yourself up with that guilt, right? I just don't have enough powder to scale out in the way I like to. Bingo. Oh, bro, you are going to get a fucking lashing right now. You're going to get a lashing right now. And the reason why you're going to get a lashing is because, right? This happens to so many people. I've seen it happen right before my eyes. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but the question was, why did you hold? And the answer that I got was, because if I close this position, I can't enter anymore for the day. Are you fucking kidding me? You are willing to sacrifice peace of mind for the sake of crumbs or something that hasn't proved itself yet. You're gambling on a future moment simply because you don't have enough dry powder. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mentality that traps retail time and time and time again. And this is why we say play with a 2.5% allocation, especially with a small port. That way you always have funds to take the opportunity. That way you always have funds to take the opportunity. If you don't have funds to take the opportunity, you've either spread your port too thin or you've either put too much into a play. But see, here's the thing. So if I'm playing a swing and I believe in my swings and I've allocated funds for those swings, well, I might go ahead and just cry, oh, poor boy, because I no longer have the dry powder to keep playing during the day. Bro, you made the conscious decision to go ahead and play those swings, right? Be appreciative of the opportunity that you have in the markets and to go ahead and change your life. You actually have that opportunity. Stop fucking around and finding out. We give you guys the rules. 2.5%, 5%. I can play with 10%. I can play with 20%. Guys, I'm already up over $80,000 this week. If I decide I want to YOLO 40 grand, I can do that. Would I do it? No. Stupid. Be smart. Play small. Please. End of rant. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Amazon. Hey, you want me to look at Amazon? You want me to review Amazon? Bro, Amazon has been reviewed. You hit the 200. You're done. I gave you the design. There's nothing more here. Because in order for there to be a continuance, you need a whole new trade design with a whole new thesis. I'm going to give that to you now, but you should have already secured the bag. I owe you nothing after that. I gave you a profitable trade. Now, let's go ahead and say, okay, is this going to keep moving? Well, it might move sideways. And the only way I would feel comfortable in a bullish move is if it breaks the 48 right there. And I'm going to use the current level of consolidation as my risk. And still, that is a horrible trade. So my point of entry here is fucking garbage. I don't want it. You could go ahead and say, all right, well, what about the 24? Now, the next question I got to ask you is, are you prepared to respect that stop? Because now that becomes a 2.5 risk to reward, which is ideal. This is great. But are you going to respect the box here? So in order to profit from this trade, you have to wait for the break of the 48. You do have the level here, okay? Break that level, then you have a level here at 127. That is all. All right, boys and girls, I gave you an hour of my time. I put you in profitable trades, and I hope you learned something in this live stream. Time for me to sign out. Peace. Wait, 1 second. Happy Father's Day to all you sons of bitches out there who felt like, you know, that warm, cavernous place was your happy place. And then now you're dealing with 18 years of putting Band-Aids on your knees, getting cuddled with at night, your son, your daughter, you know, being some boy's superhero, being some daughter's king. You know what? Shout out to you fathers out there doing the damn thing. All right? Real men. And by the way, if you're a woman thinking of becoming a man, just know that you can't be a man. Just the way these things work. All right? Stop being greedy. You can't have Mother's Day and Father's Day. The fuck is this? Okay, end of rant. I'm done. But you guys know, you guys already know that being a father is so different than being a mother. You know, we champion them, and the mothers are fucking badass. They're dope. But it's something different. As a father, as a man, you subscribe to the idea that I will truly die for my family. That's why I exist. As a man, I exist to die for my family. You guys, you men out there, you're out here trading, trying to build a better financial circumstance for your family, and you're willing to learn, and you're willing to die, and you're willing to risk it all for them. That's a fucking man. Happy Father's Day to you guys, all right? Peace.